implemented formulation. While the current enumeration of specific locations is extensive, it remains a finite list. Such an approach risks excluding spaces where harassment may occur, and particularly as new forms of public gatherings or venues emerge. We also have here the suggested provision po. We will just include it in the position paper. And for the definition of grooming, the definition constitutes a significant and necessary enhancement, particularly in advancing the protection of children from sexual exploitation. Nevertheless, the current formulation may be further strengthened by explicitly addressing the proactive and preparatory nature of grooming behaviors. At present, the provision emphasizes the establishment of a relationship, but it does not expressly identify the exploitative acts that frequently accompany or follow such conduct. We also have a suggested provision, additional provision for this. And then on the gender-based sexual harassment in education or training institutions, in addition to the penalties established for it within education or training institutions, we propose that if the perpetrator holds the position of head of the school or organization, the appointment shall be automatically revoked upon conviction. Or if an alien commits gender-based sexual harassment in an education or a training institution, it shall be subject to deportation proceedings after completing the sentence and paying any applicable fines. For our comment on the protection orders, may I refer to Mr. Patrick?
Yes, Peras po.
Mr. Perez.
Apo, yes po. Good afternoon po, Madam Chair. Just regard lang po dun sa may protection order ng SBN 565. Nakakita lang po kami ng medyo contentious na tawag dito provision wherein it was suggested po per your Senate bill that protection orders may be given through the barangay by following the section 409 of the local government code. However, we found out that the protection order under the RA 7160 or the local government code provides amicable settlement for the securing of barangay protection order. However, if we follow RA 9262 instead, it is prohibited, and we support this prohibition of amicable settlement at the barangay. So instead of following RA 7160, we highly recommend following RA 9262 procedure on securing barangay protection orders, specifically as immediate remedy for victim survivors of GBSH, such as acts committed under RA 11313. And maybe this is a little reminder for us to also maybe nudge the amendment of RA 926 to us to also follow and complement this RA 11313 amendment. Thank you po, Madam Chair.
Thank you very much to both resource persons from DSWD including for already drafting suggested or additional provisions, and also for the important reminder that while we're trying to build a cohesive or a coherent and complementary policy framework, that we should always adhere to the laws that provide the higher levels of protection to vulnerable sectors, whether in the best interest of the child or for women of whatever SOGI-esque against gender-based sexual harassment. So maraming salamat po. And last but not the least, Sanctuary Project. Yes, Ms.
Lopez po, Madam Chair.
Yes, but I was trying to read also your first name.
I'm Claire po.
Ms. Claire. All right, you have the floor.
Okay, good afternoon, Madam Chair. On behalf of our organization, the Sanctuary Project, we thank you again for this opportunity to be part of this process once again, since we are especially thankful at the rich conversations that we had from our technical working group last November, where we were also invited, have now been translated into provisions, specifically in the proposed amendments in the Safe Spaces Act. I'd also like to say that we take note of the actions raised by CHED. We're also looking forward to seeing it more in our schools and universities. Also, the proposed amendments to Section 12 of the Safe Spaces Act also finally closes the gap that our young women face, especially this new kind of violence that young women face. New kind of violence, their faces and identities being stolen by the artificial intelligence. manipulated into sexual images or videos they never consented to, and also being spread online to shame and silence them. So we also want to recommend how we want to also elaborate on us having a clear reporting mechanism, and also we would like to re-echo how we want people who have shared, reshared, or reproduced harmful materials to be also held accountable through this bill. Our organization also recommends if we can explore more on the support specifically in the psychosocial aspect, with the damage not only being done with the victims' images but also to their mental well-being. Not just in line with the Safe Spaces Act, but also in line with the Mental Health Act that we have, and also with the recent RA 12080 and expanding the mental health law program specifically in schools. So that's all, and thank you so much, Madam Chair.
Thank you very much also, Ms. Claire. So, in closing, before we suspend, of course, no, maraming salamat po sa pagdalo sa hearing na ito. Narinig natin sa mga testimonya ang paggawa at pagpapakalat ng malalaswang video at pictures gamit ang AI at deepfake na ang bababoy sa dignidad at pagkatao ng mga victim survivors. Nakakasuka talaga, as Ms. Angel said, nakakasuka. At dapat harapin ng gobyerno ang problemang ito. So let me be clear, spreading non-consensual sexual material online is no less than digital sexual assault. Ayon sa PNP, baka hindi ganoon karami ang nagrereklamo dahil baka nahihiya yung mga biktima. Pero sa sitwasyong ito, hindi po dapat ang mga biktima ang nahihiya. Ang mga salarin ang dapat pahiyain at panagutin. So lubos napasasalamat po kay Queen Hera at kay Miss Angel Aquino sa paglalakas loob na tumayo at magsalita sa karanasan po ninyo. Sigurado po ako na nagsilbi kayong boses para sa marami pang ibang babae at bata na may parehong karanasan. Wala po kayong dapat ikahiya at pinagmamalaki po namin kayo. Mabuting marinig ngayong hapon ang commitment ng DICT, ng law enforcement, at internet intermediaries para patuloy na pagbutihin ang pagtanggal at takedown ng ganitong materials. Pero hindi dapat nagtatapos sa takedown ang remedyo. Dapat mahuli at makulong ang mga tao sa likod nito at dapat sapat ang ating batas para makamit ang hustisya. Our laws and their enforcement must keep up with ever-evolving technologies. Komplikado man ang issue, hindi ibig sabihin ay walang tamang tugon. Itutuloy po ng komite ang investigasyon at inaasahan po natin ang partisipasyon ng iba pang mga internet intermediaries sa susunod na pagdidinig. So, nang may pasasalamat muli sa bawat isa, sa lahat, this hearing is suspended.